Hi, and welcome back to Excellent Minds Tutorials. And I'm back coming from a very significant amount of time being inactive. But that's just, for those who are wondering, it's all just because of some task that I needed for my day role. So, well, now I am coming back, and basically I wanted to address a request from most of you, my subscribers. I There was a trend coming from you guys that you wanted a tutorial on the basics of the Microsoft Excel, because it turns out that some of you do want to have the basic navigation and the fundamentals of the Microsoft Excel's the home page or the home screen. So I think it's time for me to create that video for you. So yeah, let's go right into it. Okay, so all right, well, let's begin with the Microsoft Excel's menu, or the ribbon right here. I want to start with the home menu to begin with. Okay. All right. The home menu for Microsoft Excel is pretty much the home, the menu where you would most like. It's the home menu, or the menu that I think most of your fundamental features will be located. Like for instance, we got stuff like the clipboard group right here. The clipboard group actually houses all the shortcuts for pasting, for format painting right here, and also for accessing your clipboard, or copying right here. So and then of course for cutting, right? So we all know how to copy and paste stuff just like that, but without the shortcuts, you can simply go to the home menu and do exactly just that right there, and then you kind of paste it somewhere by hitting this. So there it is. So that's the home menu's clipboard group. I think it's pretty straightforward. Just copying and pasting. Format painting. Now let's go to format painting as well. Format painting is simply a format paint brush, where I'll show you. I click on this. So what happened is that the cell that you got activated is being copied into this paint brush. So it's kind of like a paint that's being already applied to the bristles, if you will. And then if you try to brush it somewhere, it's gonna copy it. Watch this. See, what it did is copied. It didn't copy anything, because I actually dipped it into this empty cell. Okay, which is, it's not gonna give any effect. But what you want to do is, of course, let's try activating in this particular cell in M8. So if I hit the paintbrush, you immediately see right away an outline animation, implying that you've just dipped your paintbrush bristles from this cell, meaning you copied the content of it, the format of it, and formula, if any. So what happens if I brush this cell over here with that content? Let's do that right now. Okay, so basically it copied the format. So I have to tell you that Format Painter is for copying formats. So what you are trying to do is you're copying the format, not the value, not the content, but the format of it. And that is why this, you know, it didn't seem like you copied anything, but actually you copied the format out, which is just an empty background, which is just a no background fill, no borders. So let me show you if I put a color or a fill on that over here, like so. And if I add some borders to it, like so. So if I activate that cell and hit that brush over here, so what happens is that it shows you that, you know, it copied the format of this cell, and it's already on the brush bristles, if you will. And if I try to apply it somewhere else, right, you know, a random cell over here, you're not going to impact the value that's in here that says, for example, it says here female, right? If I go ahead and click on that with a left click, you see that it applied the format of it from here to that target cell. So now it has the borders, it has the background fill yellow, and that's exactly what this, you know, format paintbrush is all about. And again, by the way, you could hover on any menu item for more information if you want to study them. You know, in this case, I'm hovering over the format painter, and it is explaining it comprehensively for you. Okay, so that's the home menu's clipboard group. And, you know, it makes sense because it's where things you copy from and paste to. Okay, and right now the next section of the home menu is the font group. So this should be familiar for you, for you guys who are actually using this items here when working with Word documents. Like, you know, of course there's always that the bold button makes things in bold. Okay, all right, and then if you want to italize this one, make it italic, just hit that and it turns an italic, and so on. And this is underline. Of course, this part is for borders. You know, I did an all border earlier on this cell. Okay? And that's, you know, you have a lot of options here. Like, you want to make a thick outside border, you want to make it, you only want the bottom to be having a border and make it double thick bottom border. Everything here appears to be self-explanatory, pretty much. Yes. Oh, you can even erase borders right here. Okay, and the border color right here. Okay, so that's what this font group is all about. The theme is like it formats your cells, borders, the text font, the value font, the size of it, just like that. You could resize it, and the font style over here. So it should not be it shouldn't be very different from what you are accustomed with the other programs in editing fonts. Now let's move on to the alignment group. Again, it's what is, you know, it is all about alignment. And if I activate this cell right here and I, you know, expand this group, and if I kind of pick the middle one and pick this one, that value goes in the middle. It's middle aligned vertically and horizontally. Okay, and of course, if you want to indent that to the right, you can do that as well. You could wrap the text if this becomes lengthy. You know, that like if this is like a lot, you know, and that wouldn't fit, then you want to wrap it right here. So this is what wrap text is all about. See, just like that. Okay, so and then of course you could merge cells as well, like if I have something here, value 1 and value 2, what happens is that if you merge them together as one single cell, it'll take the leftmost cell's value as the value that would be retained. So watch this. I'm gonna hit merge cells right now, over here, merge and center. And like exactly what I said, it's only will keep the value of the leftmost cell, and specifically the upper left value. If this is like, if the range of the cell you're merging is more than one row. And if I hit OK, just like that, it kept the value 1. But look, the cell, which is composed of 2 rows now, is now one single cell. But basically it's a merged cell. This is useful when okay, let me unmerge it. Okay, unmerging that will be the same thing on the alignment. I'll just have to go to the alignment section and expand, and I hit unmerge cells. So it goes back to what it is. It's actually useful when you're trying to make, a label of your table. If, let's say, I insert a row right here, and I want to give this kind of a good label on the top of my data set, because if I just typed in maybe a data set over here, okay, it's gonna look ugly because, if you want to put that in the middle, right, you can do so, but you got your grid right here. And if you want to, if you want to give it a border, it does look like, it doesn't seem to give it a good format. But this is where merge cell comes in. Okay, let me delete that. So what you want to do is you want to highlight the entire thing that covers all your data set, and hit the alignment section and hit merge and center. Now, whatever this set of columns now is one single section that you could put values into. Like in this case, I'm gonna say dataset title, and now you could already give it a border, which now looks like a good header for your for your table right there. Could even format that, perhaps something like this. So that is what the alignment section is all about. You could format your text, alignment, orientation. You could wrap your text. You could merge and center your cells. Now, what about this other group that says number over here? This one is all about formatting your data type. Right now you're looking at well, let me unmerge stuff here, okay, and get rid of this row. I'm doing it, okay, all right. Now these are your headers now, definitely, but sometimes you wanna declare or give the column a data type format. Like this H right here should be like numbers. If you go here into the number section and hit that drop down, by default, Microsoft Excel gives them a general type of data, meaning it's not a number, it's not a currency, it's not a date or any other special type of data. It gives it more a general type. Now this is where if let's say you are needing your file to do some mathematical operations, then it would be best to make sure they are in numbers. So here you could pick the appropriate data type that would fit that, and it's because age sometimes can be added. Then I would go ahead and pick number to it, and then there you go. That's what this section is for. You just want to you either turn things into a currency or a date if it's a date, and like in this one, this appears to be having some $sign character. Let's find out what the data type is. Right now it may appear to be formatted, but right now it's actually in general. But you wanna pick currency from here, and then that should give it a proper format. And some data have percentages on them, so that's why you wanna format your data types for each columns that you need to, so that it appears more friendly when it comes to your audiences or the users of your file when they try to understand it or interpret your data. Now that's for the number section. It's just all about data type, and formatting decimals, how many decimals they need and how many. Maybe you don't want any decimals, you could also do that. Okay, like in this case, 55.00, you want to get rid of the decimals. Just keep hitting the right arrow until you lose all the decimals. Okay, oh, here's hire date. So right now I think this is still in general. Yeah, so you want to go ahead and hit date. Short date will do. Now that really assures you that this will be a date, especially when your data is being consumed by other programs. Then you are actually forcing that program to use this as a date, data column. Now that's about the number section, and we're just in the home menu at the moment. Probably I'll be dividing this, or I'll be making separate videos for the other tabs, just to make this conveniently short. Okay, so I'll just finish this video for the comprehensive walk around when it comes to the home menus, navigational groups. So yeah, let's move on to where it says styles. Okay, styles over here. Okay, now styles is another kind of group that is more focused on well, number one, conditional formatting is one very handy feature in Excel. What it does is that, depending on a condition, it gives your data a format. Here's an example. We have a column right here that says annual salary, right? And maybe you're interested with highlighting, okay, formatting a salary, an annual salary that may be above some kind of a threshold value. Let's say $100,000, okay? But I think we're gonna have a problem here because it has dollar signs in it. So I'm gonna have to let's try to format this as a percentage. So here, let's go to number, and you know what? I'm gonna hit percentage. So obviously it doesn't seem to be correct because the dollar sign was interpreted as a text. So we have to remove that dollar sign. I can quickly remove that right here by introducing a column. So you are about to see a way to clean up data, which is not really part of this, not really part of the objective of this tutorial right now. But yeah, you're about to see transformation. Okay, so let me just say annual. All right, there it is. Oh, salary, maybe cleaned. Okay, so here's a trick. Just do a one, just copy the numbers. So of the first two cells, I'm doing 141604. Okay, then I'm gonna say 99975 on the next cell. Okay, and you'll find out soon why. Okay, here we go, 99975. So and then I highlight this and I do a right click on my mouse and hold it down all the way until I get to the bottom of the last row of this data set that has a value, and I'm gonna let go, and I'm gonna hit, okay, I missed it. I was gonna hit flash fill. Watch this. So what flash fill is a smart function of Excel that extracts or parses content or value from a column, and let go, and just, you know, gets it from you an example, gets it from the first two cells that you tried giving it, you know, and from there, you know, it tries to predict the pattern that you're trying to get from this existing column. See, if I hit this one, oh, actually it does say 141604 already. Oh yeah, okay. Ah, all right. Okay, these are already formatted as a, let me see, yeah, it's already a currency by itself. Okay, but anyways, what you just assuming that these were like considered text, you know, like let's say this had like a $sign before that, it's gonna be a line on the left by default, implying that it's actually considered by Excel as a text. So then you could have done, you know, you would have done this. You could have, you know, done, I mean, the method that you just saw would still apply. Okay, so I'm gonna undo that, and I'll show you the conditional formatting on how it's executed. So I am going to highlight everything in this column. I'm gonna hit conditional formatting, and I'm gonna hit highlight cells, and then I'll be picking, like I said, I'm interested with salaries that are higher than $100,000. So that means I would pick greater than, right? So as soon as I do that, I give it the value explicitly by saying, you know, 100,000 right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you know, right here you could choose your preset, you know, format, or you can make a custom one, but right now I'm leaving it as the light red fill with dark red text. So this is conditional formatting in action, right? So it does what it, you know, it does what it what I described it to, you know, earlier. It does formats, you know, cells that meets that condition, hence the name conditional formatting. So yeah, it's pretty useful. And then of course you could also, in this section, format anything arranged as a table. Watch this. So I'm going to well, I can just pick any cell in this, well, we call this range because it's, you know, it's a range of values arranged in columns next to each other. And then if I hit that section that says format as table, you're gonna be asked to, you know, pick a style, if you will, of the table that you're about to generate from this data set. So if you pick anything like this one, for instance, it's gonna give you a dialog that now it's gonna create a table for you. It's asking to, you know, for you to confirm if this is exactly the scope of the data that you want to convert into a table. All right, and if it has a table, I mean, if it has you know, a row of headers, then, you know, then hit OK if it does. Okay, so right now I'm gonna say OK because this is all the way down to the 1001 row. We do know that it is because if you like navigate all the way down, it is indeed, you know, on that row. Okay, and then, you know, given the outline animation thing, this already confirms to you that you know, this is the data set that you want to create, in, you know, to turn it into a table. So I'm gonna hit OK now because that appears to be correct. And as soon as I hit OK, watch, your data set now has been transformed from a regular range of cells values into a defined object in your Microsoft Excel. It happens to be a table, which is named as table 1 right here, which you could also rename that into whatever you want. But then, you know, you want to make it, you know, descriptive, so I'm going to say data set. Maybe data set 1. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's what go back to that home section. That's what format as table, you know, does. Cell styles, this is just pretty much formatting your cells, you know, styles. Like we got, you know, headers right here. See, it's active on this cell C5, and as you hover on, you know, on any of the styles, cell styles, you'll see how it would look like. So it's just basically some preset of cell styles. Okay, so yeah, these are just presets if you want to pick some of the ones that they, you know, that's already been there, or you are free to go ahead and, you know, pick from the font group for filling your cells. Okay, that's the only difference. It's just, you know, this ones are presets. Now let's go to the next section, which is says, you know, cells right here. Okay, in the cells section you are given the ability to insert a you know, to insert cells or row cells, insert sheet rows, insert sheet columns, or insert table rows above the selection, or insert table columns to the left, or in fact you can even insert a sheet as well. Okay, so that's what this section is all about. Now, not only can you do insert on cells, rows, columns, and sheets, you could also delete them. Okay, now if I expand this, you could delete cells, delete sheets, rows, delete sheet columns. Okay, rows, you know, multiple rows, multiple columns, or you can delete the sheet, yeah, right below it. Okay, format, you can adjust your row height or the column width. You can even hide and unhide rows and columns. And then here, it also controls or manages the sheets. You can rename sheets, move or copy sheets, or you can color your sheets down below. Let's try one feature. Okay. So, okay. So right now, to demo to you the insert cells. Yeah, let's say I'm in A8 right now. If I wanted to insert like maybe sheet rows, I'm gonna do that right now. And there it is. So it's just it basically just squeezes it in a row of cells for you. You could also like delete that row. So delete sheet rows right there. Okay. If you just want to insert a cell, just do this, and it has the same effect. When it comes to a table, if you insert a cell, you're actually inserting a row as well. Now you want to delete that cell. If I hit that, it has the same effect because it's a table. Okay. Now you want to format. You can format the height of that row. As soon as I do that, right now it's looking at 14.4 points. If you want to increase that a bit to 20, you could do so and hit OK. Then it just gives it a little row height. If you ever wanted, you know, to give it such kind of, you know, row height, if you need to. Okay, so. And if you want to rename your sheet, it's right there. It says sheet 2. Okay. Other than double clicking this part of the spreadsheet, you could, you know, properly do it from here, where it says rename sheet. Okay. Now that it gave you a prompt to, you know, like rename it like maybe a data set. There you go. So that's what this cell section is all about. Okay, it's all about cells, rows, columns, and sheets management. Okay, I won't be walking you through with the rest of the add-ins right here. These are pretty much not default, are not gonna be in your spreadsheet by default. So it appears to be more appropriate to discuss this with a another video that has this context. But for now, just to recap, I have, you know, kind of demoed to you guys the home menu. I think you know, I think comprehensively, of course. But then again, if I missed anything, you know, feel free to comment them down, and I'll try to, you know, I'll try to work with you and give you information, and probably, you know, update this update another video regarding that. But anyway, yeah, I would like to thank you for watching this video, and, you know, for subscribing. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to this channel, and I would definitely appreciate that. And of course, yeah, go ahead and hit subscribe right there, and please share this video. We'd appreciate that. Thank you once again.